But our top focus at the moment, the chaos and confusion that remains over ticket distribution, especially in the opposition Mahagathbandhan. The latest news we are getting is that Dashrath Manjhi, the labourer whose son was promised a ticket from Barachatti, has questioned the Rahul Gandhi's promise to his father, no Congress ticket for Dashrath Manjhi's son. The Congress leader Rahul Gandhi had reportedly promised this to him ahead of the 2025 Bihar Assembly elections. During Rahul Gandhi's visit to Gaya earlier this year, he had met the family of the late mountain man Dashrath Manjhi, built them a new house and then promised that his son Bhagirath would get a Congress ticket either from both Gaya or Barachatti. Now, all of this also comes at a time when Prashant Kishor has claimed that the BJP is intimidating some of his candidates to withdraw from the race. So we have two news points. Prashant Kishor claiming that his candidates are being intimidated, and Rahul Gandhi, his promise to Dashrath Manjhi up in the air. I want to go straight to Piyush Mishra and Rohit Singh, who are joining me live from Patna. I'll come to you first, Rohit. There are two stories that I want to quickly get an update on. One is Prashant Kishor has now claimed that some of his candidates who have withdrawn from the race have done so under pressure from Amit Shah. I'll ask my producer to flash that as well. Prashant Kishor claiming that his candidates are being intimidated by the BJP leadership. What more updates can you give us? Why is Prashant Kishor suddenly railing against the NDA?
Prashant, this is the first election of Prashant Kishor, which is fighting, and he has floated a political party, also the Jan Suraj party, and he had promised that he will field 243 candidates in Bihar, and that is what he had done. But what happened in the last 24 hours is the fact that 3 of his candidates have withdrawn their nominations, and this one seat is from Danapur, the second one is Brahmpur in Bhojpur district of Bihar, and the third one is in Gopalganj. So after these 3 candidates withdrew their nomination yesterday, it seems that Prashant Kishor has got a serious setback, and now today he is hitting out at the BJP because several pictures have also reportedly emerged where some of his candidates who have withdrawn their nominations are seen with Union Home Minister Amit Shah, then Dharmendra Pradhan, who is the election in charge of Bihar. So hitting out at the BJP top leadership, Prashant Kishor today alleged that it is under their pressure. They intimidated Jan Suraj candidates, following which 3 of his candidates have withdrawn their nomination from Gopalganj, Brahmpur and Danapur respectively. And the fourth, we can say a setback, a short while back, which Prashant Kishor has got is that his party's nomination from Valmiki Nagar has also been rejected. So the candidate from Valmiki Nagar, his nomination papers have been rejected. So this is like a fourth setback for Prashant Kishor, and that is why he is pretty upset with the BJP top brass and hitting out at them, claiming that it's because of them, their intimidation tactics, that Jan Suraj candidates are withdrawing their nominations. Back to you, Rajdeep.
Interesting that you're saying that Prashant Kishor levelling these fresh charges against the BJP. Remember, there's a question mark over who is Prashant Kishor's enemy number one. Is it the BJP-led NDA or is it the RJD-led Mahagathbandhan? For now, Prashant Kishor, at least for the moment, seems to be training his guns, particularly on the NDA. And that's why you've got this battle that has been built up between Prashant Kishor and Amit Shah, a battle within a battle. But there's also, as we said, complaints coming that the Congress has denied a ticket as promised to the son of Dashrath Manjhi, the mountain man as he was called. Piyush Mishra, what can you tell us about that? A lot of confusion in the Mahagathbandhan ranks. At least 12 friendly fights are now almost certain. And now the claim that the Congress is making is that Dashrath Manjhi's son is making that he was promised a ticket. Who is deciding the Congress's ticket? Is it the High Command or the state unit?
Well, Rajdeep, like you rightly mentioned, that yes, a lot of confusion still persists in Mahagathbandhan, and as far as the decision on distributing tickets is concerned, there are different camps which are now coming out. You know, Congress's own top leaders are now questioning top leadership over ticket distribution, be it about Tariq Anwar or about Pappu Yadav. They are not happy with the kind of ticket distribution which has now taken place. As far as Dashrath Manjhi is concerned, he is now also very much unhappy. You would remember that a couple of days back when Rahul Gandhi was on his visit to the state of Bihar, he had met with Dashrath Manjhi, and there were some talks that Dashrath Manjhi's son Bhagirath Majhi would be made Mahagathbandhan's candidate from Bharat, but that did not happen. But we also saw is that Bhagirath Majhi had also gone to Delhi, but despite camping in Delhi, he did not get a ticket from that particular seat, and that's what is now the anger among the Manjhi family, the Dashrath Manjhi family. They were some sort of indications were given to them that yes, they would get ticket, but now RJD has fielded their candidate as the Mahagathbandhan candidate from Bharat. So that's what is there at particular seat, and there are around 10 to 12 seats on which there are friendly fights which will take place in Mahagathbandhan, and this certainly tells us that at one side NDA has already decided its list of candidates and campaigning has begun. On the other side, in Mahagathbandhan, there's still the seat sharing formula is not out, and there are many seats on which a friendly fight will take place, which is certainly going to give an edge to NDA.
Right. Okay, we'll wait and see how this plays out. Remember, there are 48 hours to go before the nomination deadline, of course, ends for withdrawal of nomination. But Rohit Singh Piyush Mishra updating us with those latest flashes, both Prashant Kishor and Rahul Gandhi making news for different reasons. But what is very clear is that the Mahagathbandhan has not been able to ensure a one-to-one contest across the 243 seats. As we've said earlier, at least a dozen seats will see friendly fights, some where the left is contesting, where the Congress is also contesting, and a few where the RJD and the Congress will also take each other on. The NDA, by contrast, seems a little bit more intact. Let's take a look at how this is playing out on the ground.
It is election time, and what politicians do or don't do both get talked about. Leader of opposition in Lok Sabha making jalebis in the national capital received flag from the BJP for his absence in Bihar poll trail.
Rahul Gandhi का एक वीडियो वायरल हो रहा है सर, जलेबी खानते हुए।
हरियाणा के भी चुनाव में वो जलेबी खरीद रहे थे, इस बार छान रहे हैं। भगवान करे कि वो इसी तरह जलेबी छानते रहे।
Because in the battleground Bihar, the opposition alliance has opened up too many cracks for the ruling NDA alliance to poke holes in. There are 12 seats including Vaishali, Sultanganj, Bihar Sharif and Karghar, in which allies of Mahagathbandhan are in a face-to-face battle, which doesn't seem friendly at all. Whereas the NDA with declared seat share formula is not engaging in any friendly or not so friendly fight in any of the 243 seats.
इंडी गठबंधन के घटक दलों का एक नया शगुफा है वोट चोरी का और नकली वोटों का। चुनाव में अपनी संभावित पराजय को स्वीकार करते हुए वो इस तरह के वक्तव्य देते हैं।
हमारे गठबंधन में पहले से ही जेएम नहीं है, इंडिया ब्लॉक में जरूर है, लेकिन बिहार के गठबंधन में वो नहीं है। और रहा कि अभी क्या लड़ रहे हैं नहीं लड़ रहे, वो हम लोग को उतना आइडिया नहीं है, लेकिन ठीक है, सब स्वतंत्र है, सब पार्टी लड़ने के लिए, तो ये चीज़ है। लेकिन बिहार में जनता ने मन बना लिया महागठबंधन के साथ खड़ा रहने का।
RJD, on the other hand, faces criticism over ticket distribution. Those denied a ticket either protested or decided to go independent and contest on their own.
लालू जी कहे थे कि तू लड़िए, मतलब तू लड़िए। मीसा भारती कही थी तू लड़िए भैया, उनके पति कहे कि तू लड़िए, तू सीट निकाल ले। सरकार नहीं बनेगा इसका, ये 25 को बस बट जाएगा लालू तेजस्वी यादव। क्यों? ये बहुत घमंडी है, अरे भेंट नहीं करता है लोगों से। 2 करोड़ 70 लाख रुपया ले लिए हैं, उतना दीजिए, हम आपको टिकट दे दें। बाप रे बाप, हमारा बेटा बेटी है, जवान जवान, अरे हम मर जाएगा, हम मरने आए हैं। अपना गुरु है लालू यादव।
BJP is busy keeping its house intact. The Union Home Minister himself is talking to rebels and pacifying them to ensure the flock remains together. With just 48 hours left for the deadline for nomination withdrawal to expire, battleground Bihar is all set for a dramatic dance of democracy. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now the clock is ticking. Thursday will be the day when nominations can be withdrawn for the second phase. Remember, it's a two-phase election in Bihar. So the struggle at the moment is to try and ensure that there are a minimum number of rebels that contest from both sides. The Mahagathbandhan is finding that a more difficult task. How are the permutations and combinations working out? What is this concept of a friendly fight? My colleague Akshita Nangopal has more in terms of permutations and combinations. Akshita.
Thanks very much, Rajdeep. Let's take a look at those dozen seats where we're seeing, as you called it, a friendly fight among the Mahagathbandhan allies. We'll break it down for you seat by seat. First, you have the seat of Vaishali, where it's going to be an RJD versus Congress, both putting up their candidates. Interestingly, this was a seat that the Congress considered their stronghold, lost out in 2020, so they're looking to kind of make a comeback, which is why they've been hell-bent on getting this particular seat. The next one is Sikandra, which is located in Jamui. It is, in fact, an SC reserved seat. We've seen multiple parties winning here, but the Congress and RJD believe they have a strong chance, which is why neither is willing to let this one go either. Let's talk also about the third seat, Kahalgaon. Historically, Congress used to dominate the seat. We're talking about them having won almost 11 times in a row. That particular streak was broken in 2020 by the BJP, but the Congress believes they can make a comeback, which is why they fielded a candidate in this particular seat. Then you have Sultanganj, where Congress is Lalan Yadav, the very candidate that Congress has put up this time too, was a runner-up in 2020. So they're fancying their chances this time with the same face. Let's talk about the next one. In Narkatiyaganj, you had, in fact, a significant Muslim population. So both the RJD and the Congress are fancying their chances in this particular seat, which is why both have gone ahead and fielded their own candidates here. Let's also look right now at Warsaliganj, where it's in fact in Nawada district of Bihar. The RJD has given a ticket to Anita Devi, who is in fact the wife of strongman Ashok Mato. So that's something that's grabbed headlines. So the RJD putting up a very strong face in this particular seat. Pachwara is the next seat where you have the CPI and Congress squaring off. And you had Avdesh Rai of the CPI as a runner-up last time, which is why the CPI wants this particular seat. The next seat also, which is an SC reserved seat, is Rajpakar, where again you have a CPI versus Congress battle. Interestingly here, the Congress right now is in fact the MLA from Congress, Pratima Das, is the one who's been fielded again as a candidate. So the Congress hoping that they'll be able to retain this particular seat. The CPI also fielding their candidate here. Now let's talk about Sharif. This is in the Nalanda Lok Sabha seat. BJP has been a strong contender. It's held by the BJP, and yet you have both the CPI and the Congress going ahead and fielding their candidates here. The next seat is also of Kargahar, where you have Congress's Santosh Mishra, the current MLA, once again back to fight it out to go ahead and hold on to his title. But this time, he's not just going to be squaring off against an NDA partner, but also against the CPI, part of the Mahagathbandhan. Chainpur. Now, this is a seat that, interestingly, the BSP won in 2020. Here you have a VIP versus RJD battle that's playing out because Mukesh Sahni refusing to back off right now. And finally, the 12th seat where you're seeing a friendly battle is that of Babu Badi, where you have a VIP versus RJD fight again. This is in the Mithila region seat with the JDU. You had the RJD as a runner-up previously. So these are the 12 seats, essentially, where you have these allies squaring off for different reasons, as I just showed you. But here's another very interesting aspect also of how Amit Shah has kind of also been messing things up for the Mahagathbandhan, and in some cases also ensuring that any factor of vote cuts doesn't happen. For example, in the Buxar seat, you had a rebel BJP leader going ahead and filing his nomination as an independent. Was miffed, didn't get a ticket. This was in fact Amarnath who withdrew his independent nomination after Home Minister Amit Shah personally intervened, met with the leader. And so he switched, he went ahead and withdrew his nomination. The other seat is in Brahmpur. Here's where, in fact, you had a Jan Suraj candidate who withdrew his nomination as a Jan Suraj candidate. He was previously with the BJP, was miffed over being withdrawn, not given a ticket, switched over, and now he's gone ahead and withdrawn his nomination. Prashant Kishor, as you in fact put out earlier, Rajdeep, is alleging that this is the BJP meddling. Tarapur seat, a VIP candidate also withdrew his nomination. He was someone who was named as a candidate, withdrew it, and is right after gone ahead and joined the BJP. A very interesting politics that's playing out in Bihar currently, and Amit Shah personally intervening in some seats, like the one where you had in Buxar a rebel BJP leader going ahead and withdrawing his nomination.
Very interesting there, Akshita. Clearly, this is the kind of chess game that's being played in Bihar. Some would say intimidation on one side, others would say chaos in one rank. But appreciate your joining us. Let's therefore take this to our political guest today. Anshul Abhijit is National Spokesperson of the Congress. Rajiv Ranjan is National Spokesperson JDU. Syed Lareb Akram, National Spokesperson RJD. And Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP. Appreciate all of you joining us. Anshul Abhijit, to you first. As Akshita showed there are 12 seats where it is Mahagathbandhan versus Mahagathbandhan. Now, 12 seats out of 243 represents roughly 5%, but in a close run race, that can make a difference. How do you explain the inability of the Mahagathbandhan to get their act together?
Well, 96% of the seats, as you already said, have been decided. The dust has settled over there. There are no cracks in the Mahagathbandhan. Look, this is politics. This is the nature of politics. Sometimes there is no perfect alignment in politics. It doesn't have any kind of ordered expectations. There are pressures, there is stress. Sometimes things happen. Anyway, the time is not yet up for withdrawal, for other things to happen, for resolutions to be met. This is not an ideal world. It is not a perfect world, but who said politics ever was? Look, the point is that all of the Mahagathbandhan seats, Rajdeep, were oversubscribed. There were contenders between parties, within parties, and between the Mahagathbandhan parties for every single seat. It shows the strength of the Mahagathbandhan on the eve of the elections. And therefore, there are disappointments within maybe the party itself, within other members of the Mahagathbandhan, leading to a few seats at all. They will be resolved. That is fine. Look, what we have done is take the issues out to the people. We are fighting this battle on issues. And these issues are about the economic decimation of Bihar. You've seen it all around you. That is the real story. And that is what will be decided on the 6th and 11th. These things come and go. I do not think, and you will hit the ground surely yourself in Bihar, you will find out that this is a non-issue. The issues are jobs, the lack of output, the lack of industry, the lack of investment, massive levels of corruption, with land being sold for a song, with bridges falling like dominoes, with law and order collapsing, with ASIs and senior functionaries of the police being shot in daylight. That is the issue in Bihar. This will be resolved. Sometimes it's regrettable, but it does happen. There is no doubt.
Mr. Abhijit, can I get a short, quick answer though? Amidst all of this, and then I'll come to Sanju Verma. Amidst all of this, do you concede what the BJP is claiming, that Rahul Gandhi, according to them, has been missing in action? It's one thing to make jalebis in the national capital. It's another thing to ensure that you have the perfect meal in Bihar. This charge was made before Haryana elections. Now they make it before Bihar. Amit Shah is on the ground. Who is there from the Congress on the ground? How do you respond?
No, there are people who are deputed for this. There is the Pradesh Prabhari, who's responsible. There is the Pradesh Adhyaksh. They have been deputed along with the Congress High Command to find a solution to this, to the entire seat sharing issue. And that is not from now. Rahul Gandhi ji and the entire Mahagathbandhan charismatic leaders were together. You saw them together in one jeep for 2 weeks, staying in one compound, living together and bringing real issues to the people. What is this talk of a mission? I can't understand it. Look, the issues are what matter. We've been trying to get issues.
Okay, I've heard.
Yeah.
You're saying this election is about issues, it's not about individuals. Sanju Verma, respond to that, because while the Congress and Mahagathbandhan struggles to get their election arithmetic right, the charge that Prashant Kishor has made today is a serious one. And I'm going to play his soundbite in a moment. But the charge he's making, he's claiming that Amit Shah and Dharmendra Pradhan are intimidating candidates to withdraw. He has specifically charged that the Jan Suraj candidate in Buxar was forced to withdraw, and therefore that there is a politics of Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed being used is what Prashant Kishor is claiming. So while the Congress has to get its act together, the BJP is using a bit of the power of the centre against candidates.
Rajdeep, first and foremost, I wonder whether I am being heard loud and clear because there's static noise in the audio and I can barely hear you. Am I audible? Loud and clear?
Please go ahead. You are loud and you are clear.
Okay, fine. So first and foremost, let's get one thing very, very clear. For all the bravado that Prashant Kishor has been showcasing, hopping from one TV studio to another, don't forget, Rajdeep, in November 2024, by-elections were held in 4 Bihar constituencies, 4 Bihar assembly seats. And Prashant Kishor's Jan Suraj party managed to get a 10.3% vote share, but he did not win a single by-election. And this time there will be a repetition of that. Prashant Kishor might end up with a 10% or even an 11% vote share, but that will not translate into winnable seats. I tell you today on your show, he will not even get 10 seats, even if he gets a 10% or 12% vote share. That's my point number 1. Point number 2. Why is Prashant Kishor scared of contesting Bihar Assembly Elections 2025? A good leader leads from the front. प्रशांत किशोर हवाबाजी तो कर रहे हैं, पर चुनाव के मैदान में जनता के बीच आकर जनता से वोट मांगने से घबरा रहे हैं, because he can see the writing on the wall. The third point I want to make is this. There are 243 seats and the total number of candidates that have been declared till date from the Mahagathbandhan's end are 255. उन्होंने 255 प्रत्याशी जमीन पर उतारे हैं, which means that there is a so-called friendly fight on at least 12 seats where the Congress is fighting against RJD, or the Congress is fighting against the left, or the left is fighting against the Congress, so on and so forth. As they say, खिचड़ी बनी हुई है, खिचड़ी में जायका नहीं है, तड़का नहीं है, and too many cooks spoil the broth, and that is exactly what has happened. The Congress wanted at least 75 to 80 seats, but as I see the arithmetic now, the Congress will be fighting on 61 seats, less than the 7-0 it fought last time in 2020. The RJD will be contesting on 143 seats, just one lower than what they contested on last time. Mukesh Sahni around 15 seats. The left, CPM, CPIML, CPI will be contesting on 33 seats, and IP Gupta's party will be contesting on at least 3 seats. तो कहने का तात्पर्य ये है, the Congress has not managed to get the number of seats that it wanted to contest on. So
how do you didn't answer my question, ma'am. You didn't answer my question. Prashant Kishor is claiming that the Home Minister and Union Ministers are being used to pressurize candidates to withdraw. That's a very serious charge he is making.
Can I finish? I'm coming to that. My first point is RJD is clearly playing the big brother. Congress has been marginalized. कांग्रेस का बिहार विधानसभा 2025 के चुनाव में कोई वजूद नहीं है. Simple. The second point, Prashant Kishor is saying, Amit Shah is saying this, Prashant Kishor is saying, Dharmendra Pradhan is saying this. अरे मैं कहती हूँ प्रशांत किशोर, आप इतने डरपोक निकले. A journalist simply asked you your educational qualification and you told the journalist आप यहाँ पर एजेंडा लेकर आई हैं. क्यों भाई? अपनी एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन बताने में इतनी हिचकिचाहट क्यों है? इतना पेट में दर्द क्यों हो रहा है? And Rajdeep, I will answer your question if provided you can get from Jan Suraj party's candidate. I don't know if he's there today on your panel, as and when he comes. Prashant Kishor has publicly claimed he made 241 crore through consultancy in the last 3 years. Now, Rajdeep Sardesai, my arithmetic tells me that if you're in the highest tax bracket with surcharge and taxes and everything else, your effective tax rate comes to 43%, which means Prashant Kishor in the last 3 years ki income par, he should have paid a tax of at least 104 crore. He himself says, मैंने सिर्फ 3 crore tax भर्ती किया है. क्यों भाई? बाकी का tax क्यों नहीं भर्ती किया? You are somebody who claims to be a a difference.
Okay, there is
you claim a difference, and you have
I've
started
taken
on
your
the wrong.
point, ma'am. I've listened to you. Your time is up. You're claiming that Prashant Kishor is not giving the right numbers of his of the monies he's made. You're also questioning his educational qualifications. Education qualifications, of course, becomes a ticklish issue. Many politicians are accused, including Samrat Chaudhary, your leader,
Please,
of,
stick to
of
Prashant
not revealing
Kishor.
his true education.
Stick to Prashant Kishor, Rajdeep.
I'm sticking to Prashant Kishor, ma'am. Don't worry. Ma'am, Prashant Kishor will have to answer about his education qualifications. He did serve in the United Nations and he was very much part of Team Modi leading into the 2014 elections.
He
Times
has been
changed.
a part of Team RJD also.
Lareb Akram.
He has been a part of Team Congress also.
One point that Sanju Verma makes, madam, 1 minute now. Now, one point that Sanju Verma makes, which has to be answered, कि इस पूरे महागठबंधन का नेता कौन? You see, तेजस्वी यादव हर पोल में नेता नंबर 1 लगते हैं जब आप किसी को पूछते हैं इन द पोल टर्म्स, लेकिन कांग्रेस ने अभी तक उनको क्यों नहीं डिक्लेयर किया है? अभी तक ये नहीं डिक्लेयर किया इस महागठबंधन का नेता कौन, और कहीं ना कहीं जनता तो सवाल पूछेगी। एक तो आपके फ्रेंडली फाइट्स हो रही है, फ्रेंडली फाइट का मतलब क्या है? फ्रेंडली फाइट का मतलब है देयर इज अ लैक ऑफ ट्रस्ट ऑन द ग्राउंड, अविश्वास है जमीन पर।
राजदीप साहब, बहुत साफ है, ये बहुत पानी के जैसा साफ है कि एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग है हमारी, सामंजस्य है, और ये अंडरस्टूड है कि माननीय नेता प्रतिपक्ष तेजस्वी यादव जी ही हमारे मुख्यमंत्री के उम्मीदवार हैं हमारी ओर से, और वही आने वाले दिनों में मुख्यमंत्री पद की शपथ लेंगे। लेकिन क्या हुआ, क्या मजबूरी आन पड़ी कि इससे पहले 6 महीना पहले का आप उठाकर बाइट देख लीजिए, साल भर पहले का बाइट देख लीजिए, 3 महीना पहले चले जाइए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का शीर्ष नेतृत्व ये कहता आया कि माननीय मुख्यमंत्री नीतीश कुमार होंगे, लेकिन 2-3 दिन पहले अमित शाह जी ने कहा कि वो तो नहीं होंगे, कि वो तो विधायक दल के नेता तय करेंगे, चुनकर चुनाव के बाद पोस्ट पोल उस पर एक क्लैरिटी बनेगी। प्री पोल कोई डिक्लेरेशन चीफ मिनिस्टरियल कैंडिडेट का नीतीश कुमार जी का नहीं है। हाँ, ये भले ही है कि हम उनके फेस के नीचे लड़ रहे हैं, वी आर अंडर,
ये फ्रेंडली फाइट क्या है बताइए?
हिज फेस, हिज नेम, क्योंकि आपके पास वो अभी चेहरा नहीं है।
यू टेल मी व्हाट इज दिस फ्रेंडली फाइट? ये फ्रेंडली फाइट का मतलब मुझे बताइए। टेल मी व्हाट इज अ फ्रेंडली फाइट इन एन इलेक्शन।
देखिए, आप बहुत एक्सपीरियंस्ड आदमी हैं, व्यक्ति हैं, आपको पता है, और आपको इतना बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। खास तौर पर वी आर वेरी डेमोक्रेटिक ऑर्गेनिक अलायंस, वी आर मूविंग वेरी स्मूथली, लेकिन बीच में कुछ चीजें आती है। बहुत बड़ी पार्टी है, बहुत बड़ा जनाधार है, मास पार्टी है हमारी, कैडर बेस्ड पार्टी है। कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया हमारे साथ है, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया मार्क्सिस्ट है, मार्क्सिस्ट कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया एमएल हमारे साथ है, सीपीआई एमएल है। हमारे पास उम्मीदवार बहुत ज्यादा है, जनता बहुत ज्यादा है, ऐसी वोटर भी ज्यादा है। इसी तरह से हम वोट सीट भी बहुत ज्यादा गेन करेंगे। कहीं कहीं पे अभी हमारी बातचीत हो रही है, सामंजस्य बहुत जल्दी बनेगा और आपके सामने आएगा। ये कोई बहुत बड़ा विषय नहीं है। विषय तो ये है राजदीप जी कि मुख्यमंत्री हमारे कहां हैं, आप डिटोरिएटेड हो गए बुरी तरह से। आज भी आपने उनका एक हरकत देखा, एक्स पे चल रहा है। तो माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अगर इस अवस्था में नहीं है तो हमारे कस्टोडियन जो है, जो प्रदेश का मुखिया, उनको रिजाइन कर देना चाहिए। कैसे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर संभलेगा, कैसे बिहार की स्थिति संभलेगी?
मैं यही क्वेश्चन राजीव रंजन सर, आपने कहा कि नहीं, 1 मिनट नाउ, यू हैव रेज्ड अ वेरी सीरियस इशू ऑफ नीतीश कुमार हेल्थ। राजीव रंजन जी, आज भी एक वीडियो निकला है, नेशनल स्पोक्सपर्सन ऑफ द जेडीयू, वेयर नीतीश कुमार क्लियरली लुक्स अनवेल। लेट्स बी वेरी क्लियर, your chief minister looked very unwell in that video. He was trying to garland the wrong person, he was struggling. क्या आप मानते हैं कि नीतीश कुमार इस अवस्था में अभी भी मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे? अमित शाह has made it clear that the MLAs will decide after the election. Hint तो दिए कि it will be नीतीश कुमार, लेकिन he did not say it completely. He did not commit to नीतीश कुमार. Is नीतीश कुमार's health an issue or not, राजीव रंजन? Straight answer.
देखिए राजदीप जी, नहीं, स्ट्रेट आंसर आपको किसी ने नहीं दिया है, तो मुझसे भी आपको अपेक्षा नहीं।
मैं वीडियो स्क्रीन पे दिखा रहा हूं।
मैं वीडियो के पर बाद में आऊंगा, लेकिन अभी जो आरजेडी ने कहा, जो कांग्रेस ने कहा, मैं पहले उनका जवाब, काफी छोटा सा जवाब मैं पहले दे देता हूं। जिस अलायंस का कोई चेहरा नहीं, जिस अलायंस का के दोनों बड़े नेता चुनाव अभियान में अब तक निकले नहीं, जिस अलायंस का सीट शेयरिंग पूरी तरह से लोगों के समझ से परे है, 1 दर्जन सीटों पर एक दूसरे के खिलाफ, और पूरे राज्य में महागठबंधन की जो तस्वीर बनती जा रही है, यह अहंकारी ऐसे नेताओं की जमात है, एक दूसरे से राहुल गांधी और तेजस्वी यादव बात करने के लिए तैयार है। जेएमएम के साथ जो कुछ हुआ, आज ये लोग जो भी कहें, लेकिन झारखंड में आरजेडी की कोई बहुत बड़ी हैसियत नहीं थी, लेकिन आरजेडी को उन्होंने एकोमोडेट किया। गठबंधन धर्म का हवाला ये बार बार देते हैं, इन्हें सबक सिखाएंगे हेमंत सोरेन झारखंड में भी। अब मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब दे देता हूँ। देखिए, सबसे पहले अभी मैं अंशुल अभिजीत जी का एक छोटा सा जवाब दे करके, क्योंकि वो अर्थशास्त्र के विशेषज्ञ हैं, लेकिन पता नहीं बिहार देश की सबसे तेजी से उभरती हुई अर्थव्यवस्था बन रही है, जिसका ग्रोथ रेट लगातार बेहतर है। हम लगातार डबल डिजिट में ग्रोथ रेट दर्जन बार से ज्यादा दर्ज कर चुके हैं। बिहार में जिस तरीके से जो बड़े फैसले हुए, आज 1,85,000 करोड़ रुपए की जो परियोजनाएं हैं, केवल वो हाईवेज और एक्सप्रेसवेज की। बिजली के मामले में हम आत्मनिर्भर हैं, और पूरे राज्य में महिलाओं के जो जीविका का मॉडल है, जिसने पहले भी बिहार की ग्रामीण अर्थव्यवस्था में जान फूंकने का काम किया, आज उसमें एक संजीवनी का काम जो सीड कैपिटल देने का हुआ, उससे निसंदेह आने वाले वर्षों में बिहार की जीडीपी को भी एक बड़ी छलांग मिलेगी। अब जो विजुअल्स आपने नीतीश कुमार जी के लिए देखे,
सर आपने सब सवालों का सर आपने सभी मेरे सर आप यहाँ वहां की बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन असली सवाल जो विपक्ष उठा रही है उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे। नीतीश कुमार की हेल्थ उसी पर आइए नीतीश कुमार हेल्थ इज इन अ कंडीशन टू फाइट एन इलेक्शन एंड लीड बिहार।
देखिए राजदीप जी,
नीतीश मैंने सुन ली वो बातें, अब मेरे सवाल पर आइए।
आपके ही सवाल पर आ रहे हैं राजदीप जी, इतना इम्पेशेंट हो जाएंगे। आपने सबको सुना, इतने सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट हैं, आपने सुना नहीं? आपको थोड़ा डिलेड यहाँ से बातें जा रही होंगी। मैंने कहा जो आपने विजुअल्स अभी दिखाए, मैं उसी पर बोलने जा रहा हूं। हमारा बिल्कुल साफ साफ कहना है कि नीतीश कुमार जी ने बिहार को बदला। हाल के दिनों में जो इनके आधे उम्र के युवराज हैं महागठबंधन के, अभी सड़क पर बाहर नहीं आए चुनाव प्रचार में। नीतीश कुमार जी ने कम से कम 10-12 सभाओं को, चुनावी सभाओं को संबोधित कर दिया। लगातार बिहार के सड़क परियोजनाओं से लेकर के लोकार्पण, शिलान्यास वो करते रहे, और पब्लिक अपीयरेंसेज उनके लगातार आते रहे। अभी जन संवाद के दौरान भी, चुनाव के ठीक पहले, वो आचार संहिता के पहले लोगों के साथ सीधा संवाद कर रहे हैं। कई बार जो विजुअल्स होते हैं वो सही तस्वीर नहीं दिखाते। हो सकता है कई बार आदमी बोलने में नाम भूल जाए, किसी को जिस व्यक्ति को पहनाना है किसी और को माला पहना दे। इससे नीतीश कुमार जी की प्रासंगिकता नहीं खत्म हो जाएगी, उनका रिलेवेंस बिहार की राजनीति में, बिहार की जो 78 वर्षों की जो पहचान है, इसके ये जो 20 सुनहरे साल, ये बराबर नीतीश कुमार जी की अपरिहार्यता बिहार में स्थापित करते हैं। और इस अलायंस से, चाहे अमित शाह जी के बयान को आप जिस नजरिए से देखिए, अमित शाह जी ने बहुत साफ साफ कहा, क्योंकि 2 पहले के अवसरों पर भी उन्होंने कहा था कि चुनाव के बाद विधायक दल की बैठक होगी, उसी बयान को उन्होंने दोहराया। लेकिन उनकी ओर से और प्रधानमंत्री जी की ओर से पूरी तरह से स्पष्ट है, और अलायंस के साथी दलों के नेताओं का बयान सुन लीजिए, कोई बगैर सहमति के नहीं बोलेगा। चिराग पासवान ने क्या कहा, वो बयानों को भी साथ में आपको जरूर दिखाना चाहिए, जिसमें चिराग पासवान, उपेंद्र कुशवाहा, जीतनराम मांझी सबने नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व पर
राजीव
और
रंजन
उन्हें अगला मुख्यमंत्री बनाने की बात।
तो आप कह रहे हैं चुनाव नीतीश जी के ही नेतृत्व में लड़ा जा रहा है। ओके, आपने कहा कि नीतीश कुमार के ही नेतृत्व में ये चुनाव। आई हैव टेकन योर पॉइंट, I will give 30 seconds each to my to Anshul Abhijit and to Sanju Verma. To you, Anshul Abhijit, Why are you not naming Tejashwi Yadav as your chief ministerial candidate? I keep asking this. He seems to be at the moment, if the polls are to be believed, the one reason, one magnet that you all have. He has a relatively high popularity rating, and yet you don't make him your chief ministerial candidate. The JMM has decided not to contest. They are part of your India alliance because they were not given enough seats. I mean, your coalition dharma seems not to be working in Bihar. A quick answer.
But the dharma is working. It's absolutely working. You look, you're always trying to put us Congress spokespersons in a spot. You're in a spot by repeatedly asking this question. This is your default question.
The JMM is not contesting. The JMM, which is part of the India alliance, has decided not to contest because they've got too few seats. Tejashwi Yadav is not projected as chief minister. 12 friendly fights, and you're telling me this is a coalition dharma?
I'm answering the question that you asked me. I told you before, Rajdeep, that sometimes it's not a perfect alignment. Politics is not perfect. There are things that continually needs to be resolved, and they will be. If you've got 96% of your seats correct, then that's absolutely fine. Look, it's the NDA, and it's a spokesperson and the honorable spokespersons of the NDA who should be equally embarrassed right now, because it was Mr. Amit Shah who came forward and said that in conventions of parliamentary democracy, we sit together and decide who's going to be the CM face. And you're asking us this question repeatedly. You're asking repeatedly us this question when we have said that the Congress party internally as well. In the long history of the Congress party, it has never said that they will be a ministerial candidate. You are a political historian. You know that very well, more than I do. And as for Mr. Manya Rajiv Ranjan ji, एक वक्त मैं कहूंगा कि अगर ये अर्थव्यवस्था का इंजन इतना सुदृढ़ और मजबूत है, तो इसकी पुष्टि जमीन पे क्यों नहीं हो रही है? सारे बिहार के जो आंकड़े आ रहे हैं, सारे नकारात्मक है। प्रतिवर्ती आय हो, बेरोजगारी हो, कुछ भी
इसलिए कि अब आंकड़ों में सिलेक्टिव है।
No, madam, please wait. Do not interrupt. Okay, Anshul Abjit, I've heard you. Anshul Abjit,
कहां से हो रहा है?
Anshul Abjit, I've heard you. I've heard you. I will give Sanju Verma 30 seconds. Sanju Verma, you see, let's get this clear. Whether you like it or not, Amit Shah's comments have left open the question whether Nitish Kumar will be chief minister. You will get your 30. No, madam, you get your 30 seconds. Please go ahead. Is Nitish Kumar the chief ministerial candidate if you win, yes or no? Just as they are asked about Tejashwi, you have to answer on Nitish Kumar.
Rajdeep, first and foremost, you need to get a new watch. Anshul Abhijit, I timed it. He spoke for a minute. Please be fair and neutral. At least make a pretense about it. Now let me say one thing.
Okay, so I'm giving you a minute. Rajdeep. Your minute starts now. Yes. Your minute starts now.
Thank you. Thank you. Aapki badi meherbani. Rajdeep, in a company, there can be only one CEO. In a newsroom, there can be only one editor-in-chief. सिर्फ एक प्रधानमंत्री हो सकता है. जिन देशों में प्रेसिडेंट होता है, सिर्फ एक हो सकता है. Similarly, in a party or in a coalition, there can be one big boss. The problem is Tejashwi Yadav and Rahul Gandhi. Both of them want to play big brother. And let's not forget that the Congress aligns with the left in West Bengal. Congress fights against the left in Kerala. Congress and the Samajwadi Party could not see eye to eye in the 9 seats that went to by-elections in October 2024. Finally, Congress
Who is your big boss? Who is the big boss of Bihar?
Can I finish? You did not interrupt. This is how you eat into the time of BJP spokespersons. Shant kariye.
No, I interrupted him also. Who is your big boss?
I will answer. Keep quiet now. Shant. Do you remember Lok Sabha 2024? There is a man called Jairam Ramesh. Abhi dhyan se. He said 175, Shanti, 175 district magistrates were controlling the election process. They were intimidating candidates from the opposition cabal and saying कि इधर वोट डालो, इधर वोट मत डालो. बार-बार अमित शाह ने खुली चुनौती दी. I am still waiting. It is over a year. Jairam Ramesh, shoot and scoot. Rahul Gandhi, shoot and scoot. Pawan Khera, shoot and scoot. So Bharatiya Janata Party को मत दो. My final point, Rajdeep, for Prashant Kishor in 10 seconds. लहजे में बदजुबानी, चेहरे पे नकाब लिए फिरते हैं, जिनके खुद के बही खाते बिगड़े हुए हैं, वो मेरा हिसाब लिए फिरते हैं. तो प्रशांत किशोर जी अपने बही खाते का हिसाब दीजिए, बाद में अमित शाह से बही खाते.
Okay, I asked you about who is the big boss of Bihar. You've gone back to Prashant Kishor. Clearly, that question still remains
You
open.
don't know who's the
Just
big
as
boss.
the
You don't know who's the NDA's
Mahagathbandhan
big
will
boss.
also have to get its.
You don't know who's the NDA's big boss. Are you that
I
naive?
want to know who's Bihar's big boss.
Are you
I'm
that
asking
naive?
you who is Bihar's big boss. Who is Bihar's big
Are
boss?
you that naive?
Okay.
This is a question
I
that
am
does
naive.
not beget an answer.
I am naive. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, this does not beget an answer. I appreciate my guests joining us. I've got two more guests joining me at this moment. We've heard from the politicians. Let's go to both of them. Amitabh Tiwari is founder Vote Vibe. He's a pollster who's tracking this election in Bihar very closely for us. Javed Ansari, senior journalist who's known Bihar and North India Hindi heartland politics for years. You've heard the politicians. Look at the state of play today, Amitabh Tiwari. How do you see the state of play as it exists? Has the NDA scored over the Mahagathbandhan in terms of seat distribution? Does it make a difference if 12 seats are friendly fights, or are we exaggerating the importance of that?
No, see, the state of play largely depends upon three factors. One is the chief ministerial phase, and there is no clarity on the chief ministerial phase in both the alliances. Amit Shah's statement has created some confusion. Around 15% of voters in our survey say that they will vote on the name of the CM phase. So the CM phase is not clear. Second is the finalization of the seat sharing. Of course, clearly the NDA has an edge there because they finalized the seat sharing almost, you can say, a week before the Mahagathbandhan. The Mahagathbandhan numbers have come just yesterday. And the third is the naming of the candidates on specific seats. There also, I think the NDA has taken a lead. Does only the announcement of the candidates earlier give NDA the edge? I mean, that's of course also not really true. However, this is likely to be a hyper-local election in the absence of an overarching theme. The overarching theme, there's no overarching theme per se. In 2020, it was COVID and the unemployment, where Tejashwi Yadav had promised 10 lakh jobs. The one job or one government job per household somehow has not found traction, and it has gone into again controversy because it seems that it is impractical to give jobs to everybody. The SIR or the vote chori issue has also tapered off. So largely it is caste arithmetic on the particular seats, and if an alliance is fighting 12 seats as friendly contests, then in an election where 15 seats was the difference between NDA and Mahagathbandhan, these could prove to be tricky. And optically, it is not good because the undecided voters might feel that if the Mahagathbandhan partners are fighting now, what happens if they win the election? Then there could be an issue with regard to power sharing and cabinet formations as well.
Right. Let me take that to you, Javed Ansari. How do you read this, Javed Ansari, this concept of friendly fights within the opposition, as well as the Nitish Kumar factor? It clearly is that Nitish Kumar, many reports say, has been unwell. So make sense of that. One side you've got the friendly fight problem Mahagathbandhan has. On the other side, clearly the Nitish Kumar factor could be both an asset and a liability for the government. Make sense of what we are seeing in Bihar for us, Javed, politically.
Look, there is no such thing in politics as friendly fight. You're either contesting against each other or contesting together. So no matter how much they may try and paper over this and cover up for this, I'm sure the Mahagathbandhan ought to have done better. This is just not, I mean, they started on the wrong foot. But I do believe that both the NDA and the India Alliance or the Mahagathbandhan are cancelling each other out. Neither side has failed to nominate who their face of the election will be or who will be the chief ministerial candidate. Nitish Kumar certainly has been there for 20 years, but he's no longer the Nitish Kumar, the Susashan Babu of Bihar. He, by all the...
But he's still a necessity, surely. Javed, by all indications, he's still a necessity. Would you agree that he's still a necessity? When I asked Sanju Verma, who's the big boss of Bihar, she says, you're naive. What kind of a question is that? Do Biharis, you think, vote for Prime Minister Modi, or will they vote for Mera Agla Mukhyamantri Kaun Hoga? Is there still Nitish Kumar Bihar ki majburi hai in a way?
Look, Nitish Kumar...
Yeah, zaruri hai.
Before every election, Nitish Kumar is ruled out. But don't forget, he has a very loyal vote as far as the women are concerned. The amount that Nitish Kumar has done, all his other, you can count his other failings, but the amount he has done for the women there, nobody else has done. And the other thing, and he ran a relatively good compared to the RJD, but of late, the last 5 years, he appears to be losing his grip over good governance, and he also doesn't seem to be in total control. He's health-wise, he's not the same Nitish Kumar that you and I know, or I am known for all these years. So certainly even his diehard supporters are now questioning, and perhaps that is one of the main reasons why the NDA has decided not to declare him as the chief ministerial candidate. Because I do believe if the NDA gets the numbers, then I think the BJP this time will take a shot, and the BJP will not be as generous as it has been in the last couple of times.
That's interesting. You seem to believe that if the BJP gets many more seats than the JDU, they will not hesitate in trying to choose a chief minister of their own. That's just one of the many question marks that will swim in the Bihar waters in the days ahead. We'll wait and see how all of that plays out. But clearly what we are seeing in Bihar is the real tussle for power in a state where politics and power have acquired a larger-than-life dimension. In many other states, politics is on the retreat, but not in Bihar. And that might explain why you have hundreds of potential candidates contesting for those 243 seats. Sabko MLA banna hai Bihar mein. We'll wait and see how that plays out. This is your show that highlights every week and every weekday what's happening in the battle for Bihar. To all my guests, thanks for watching, and to you, the viewers, thanks for watching.